For the first time in Mogul Mail history, I had to take down one of my videos. Not because what I said was wrong or because I had a take that was too hot and I was getting in trouble, but because when I made the video last night and scheduled it to upload today, it was already outdated. So here's the most updated story of Kick.com, the newest live streaming competitor that is in part guided by Trainwrecks TV and might be a little bit suspicious. We'll get to the suspicious part in a bit, stick with me, but first, I owe you an apology. I've made a lot of videos over the past year about how Twitch is about to explode and implode and everyone who's ever used the platform will vanish. It's not really fully accurate. I mean, look, they have had their worst year in terms of PR and products released, but shit, if the Titanic's sinking and there's no lifeboats, you're probably going to stay in the Titanic. And Twitch in 2021 had a 70.5% market share, and in 2022, they've increased their market share to 76%. There's no competitors to speak of. It's just YouTube and just Facebook. Now, this doesn't include vertical live streaming that's really exploding like TikTok and Instagram Live. But as far as traditional live streaming, if you want to stream, everybody's going to Twitch. 92% of people choose to stream on Twitch. Streaming as a whole is a bit down since the end of COVID. But since then, Twitch has gone up a little bit. Same with YouTube. Facebook's fallen off the face of the earth. Mark Zuckerberg's looking for his legs in the metaverse. Good luck with that. And those people are all going to Twitch. Not enough competitors. Enter Trainwrecks TV, who, if you don't know, is a top 10 streamer over the past year. This is by hours watched, an inarguable metric. If you don't know his content, it's mostly based around slots, or at least it was until Twitch said they're banning slots. On October 18th, they removed one of the main providers of slots content, Stake.com, who sponsored everyone, including Train. Train used to be known for streaming the most hours out of almost anyone, like on par with XQC, Hassan, Amaranth. But ever since the ban on October 18th, he kind of stopped streaming, at least stopped streaming as consistently as he used to. He has streamed 4 times in the past 6 weeks, just 4 times. And it's not a coincidence that the day after the gambling ban, he tweeted out, "I'm going to create a platform for streaming that's not just for large creators, but it's also for small and mid-sized ones." Now, I was kind of curious to see what this would be, and we found out yesterday that it's the website known as Kick.com, because he dropped a tweet logger that goes in depth of what the platform is and what it'll stand for. He talks about his pedigree, and he says that Twitch says they need to cut our pay, which is true. They did cut the pay of creators. They offered 70-30 splits for each subscription, 70% going to creators, 30% going to Twitch. And then they changed it to 50-50 because operating costs are too high. At least that's what they said. But they also tell Amazon and the media they're profitable and have more viewership and advertisers than ever. Whichever it is, it's obvious no benefits are being passed on to the creators who are the lifeblood of what made them successful in the first place. Powerful arguments. He goes into depth about how the 50-50 split's unfair and that even the 70-30 split that the competitor like YouTube offers isn't enough. They can do better. Enter Kick.com. We are offering a 95% split for creators. 95%! An unheard of split. Not just that, but also the tips that are built into the website called Kicks are going to be 100% for creators. Again, unheard of. Twitch's bit system, I think, is $1.40 per dollar given to creators. And then I think super chats on YouTube are about 70-30, I believe. And so this Kick.com is going to be way better for smaller and mid-sized creators. He also says that anyone who goes on the website will get a sub button. He goes on to say that the TOS is going to be fair, unlike Twitch's, which has been a huge PR problem for the past few years. He goes into this weird little ramble about how he's also going to allow gambling, but it's going to be ethical gambling as decided by Trainwrecks TV, which seems a little weird. Then he goes into some specifics of what that means. Okay, that we'll remember that fact. And then he goes on to say, give Kick.com a year. It's going to be buggy. It's going to be weird. It's going to have some growing pains, but give it a year. They're trying to become a real profitable business by selling to advertisers and not taking money from creators. Okay. Now, the fact of the matter is that's also what Twitch is trying to do. That is in part why Twitch removes things like gambling or the hot tub meta or they ban so much. Is because they need to be able to cater to advertisers, something that YouTube has been wildly successful on the video service, and the live streaming service is a little bit further behind on. But we're going to get to that in just a moment. Is it true that Kick.com is trying to be profitable through advertising, or are there maybe more nefarious methods they're profitable? Anyway, let's first take a look at the Kick.com website. It looks pretty good at first glance. You have a rotating banner of streamers. You have a bunch of categories. You have some recommended channels. You have the recommended on the left as well. But it also looks oddly familiar, some people noticed. In fact, this is Twitch's website. A rotating banner of streamers at the top, categories you'll like, some streamers you'll like, the streams on the left. And at first, people thought that this might be a direct rip of Twitch. Now, I had my software engineer, Otto, who I've hired full-time, look into this for me. I said, is this a direct rip? And no, it is unique code with some pre-built assets, apparently some images that might be taken from DLive, and some UI UX features inspired by Twitch. But it is original code. And it seems, outside of a few bugs where somebody had like 300,000 streamers and a lot of people streaming a lot of gay porn, to be working all right for a day one soft launch of a website that's in beta. I mean, the streams look nice, they function nice, and people are succeeding. It does seem, however, that the most used category on the website is slot streams. Specifically, the slot streams that are no longer allowed on Twitch of stake.com. You can see this is one of the biggest streamers on the platform right now. Why does this matter? Well, it was discovered from a couple of people last night, Quarantine and also CoffeeZilla, that kick.com is a project of stake.com. I think there's no need to look for the business model anymore. It's a stake investment. And then there's some information here that shows that the Discord server in the subreddit were both owned and operated by somebody on the stake team, and that a lot of people were tweeting out November 19th when kick.com was originally launched for stake giveaways. And then even more damning, if you go to stake.com's LinkedIn, there were a lot of job opportunities to create a live streaming platform, aka Kick. Kick is a new venture created by the founders of EasyGo and stake.com with new studios in Australia and Europe. So it seems like rather than being this virtuous website, which is supposed to be for small and medium-sized creators to actually get their fair share, that you have to give a year of growing pains to become a profitable business that will sell to advertisers because of all the people that will switch to this because it's actually good for the people. This is a loss leader for stake.com to be able to advertise their business in a way that gets around the bans on the mainstream platforms like Twitch and YouTube. This is just another way to do sponsored gambling content. And Train isn't just the virtuous person that he might be pretending to be. He is trying to do this in part because he wants to go back to doing sponsored gambling content. And that's also why he is taken like the mast of letting people know about kick.com while also not being an owner of it. Because he's probably getting paid out the ass by stake.com to gamble on the website, which is a lot better of a gig than being like a 30% owner in the website that you have to grow from scratch and you only make money if you are successful in growing a business. I don't think he really cares about that because he'll get his paycheck just for gambling on the website. And that kind of leaves us at the end of the story. What does it mean? Is kick.com a huge scam? Well, if you ask DJ Wheat, longtime employee of Twitch who left recently, he says that it is a sham. And he can't sit by watching the nonsense. In my mind, I think it's really bad that Train didn't disclose that this was a stake.com owned website. Not only did it not disclose it, it felt like they were kind of trying to hide it as well. Like one of the moderators on the subreddit was a stake moderator as well, and then I think they removed him. So it just seems a bit fishy. Like, sure, be operated and owned by stake.com, but be honest about it too. Like, you still could feasibly provide value to creators who aren't interested in gambling content because you give them such a good cut because you're getting the blood money from all the gambling casino users. Yeah, there's still some value that can be seen in there for small and mid-sized creators. But they should know going in that it's not because you're going to create a successful business that's going to sell to advertisers a year from now because you have so many users and so many watchers. It's because you're making a shit ton of money as a loss leader from all the gambling sponsored streamers, which seems to be the reality of the situation. Not only that, there seems to be a couple things that might get this website shut down instantly.
No shot. Is this just an embed, dude? What the fuck?
Now, it was revealed yesterday that a couple of the streams were just Twitch embeds, which obviously isn't allowed, and Twitch would instantly take down. They had OTK Network that if you click on it in the Kick website, brings you directly to Twitch, because they're not actually streaming on Kick. They're streaming on Twitch, and it's embedded. Now, I believe they've removed that feature since. I actually had, again, Otto try to do an embed stream, and it works, but nothing displays. So it seems like they blocked that off. Don't do that. Don't do that. The website will get instantly shut down. But here's my take. This website will probably in 6 months either disappear or be flooded with gambling streamers and should only be touched by the people who want to lose all of their money or live vicariously through people who are losing all of their fake money because all of it's sponsored anyway. That's about it, boys. That's the update, and subscribe while you're here. Thanks for watching. All right, see you later. See you later. My gosh, what a crazy plan. We'll see how it turns out.